So after 35 days, the government shutdown in the United States has ended. But during that...
The shutdown's essentially on hold.
For 3 weeks.
It's ended for 3 weeks. We won't get into the politics of that. Anyways, continue.
Anyways, during the shutdown, Mad River Glen in Vermont, one of the last 3 resorts that does not allow snowboarding, was offering free tickets to furloughed government employees so that they could have something to do with their time. Personally, I would have been looking for a job that isn't by the government because I like money. Yes. But that's it. But you want to talk about the ultimate kick to the dick? Like, you're just kicking them in the gut while they're down here. You're basically telling every snowboarder that works for the government, you're not good enough.
Yep.
But your friends that ski are. Which, it's 2019. Do we really need resorts that are ski only?
I mean, unless you're the Cimarron Club and your entry fee is millions of dollars and your season pass is $60,000, at that point, whatever. I don't give a shit what you do with your land. But a general resort like Mad River, even if it is a co-op, like, come on, fuck off. Just, like, somebody saved your asses. Like,
and that's the funny thing is, like, so I got an email 2 weeks ago from Icon Pass. Jesus, Kevin, why don't you just grab a whole handful of Twizzlers?
I did.
Yeah, clearly.
Uh-huh.
This was not a good idea.
Nope, great idea.
Worst idea ever. But I got an email from the Icon Pass saying, please come to Deer Valley, stay with us, and book now, and your lodging's this, this, and this. And I was like, why do you want me to stay there? I can't even fucking ride there.
Yep.
I pay for a pass that 2 resorts I can't even go to.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't matter. All the other perks are worth it. But still.
Yeah.
I feel like if there's going to be one way to end this fucking no snowboarders allowed at Alta and Deer Valley, it's going to be because they're on the Icon Pass and we're all going to bitch and moan.
Yeah, because you're effectively paying for something you can't use at that point.
I'm kind of waiting to see if there'll be like a class action lawsuit or something.
I just hope it doesn't negatively affect Icon at that point. Because, you know, who do you go after at that point? Do you go after Alta and Deer Valley for not allowing snowboarding, or do you go after Icon for charging you for 2 mountains you can't go to?
They tried that in federal court in Utah, and they couldn't do it.
Right.
Or they got thrown out. I can't remember what it was, but it was...
it was a discrimination piece.
Yeah, it was. It was Benny Pellegrino from Milo that was one of the guys on it. And I was all for it. I'm like, fuck them. They're on federal land. Like, you're basically... You know, that's like saying that I can't pray to Allah or whatever or some shit. It's essentially just a form of prejudice and racism or bigotry, if you will. And that's it. And that's the same thing that's going on with Mad River Glen. You're basically, oh, we want to help you poor government employees. Oh, go fuck yourself, you ride a snowboard.
Yeah.
So now you're just sort of like, well, I have no paycheck. I can't snowboard. I guess I'll just go hike this golf course.
Yeah, like just because our piece of wood and plastic is in one piece and yours is in 2.
Yeah.
That's it.
Well, do you know the reason why they don't allow snowboarding at Mad River?
No.
They used to allow it. And except on, they have an old one-person chair, or maybe it might be a 2-seater, I can't remember, but the way it comes around the bull wheel when snowboarders push off, it would push it's so old, it would push, the weight would distribute unevenly on the cable.
Uh-huh.
So they weren't allowed to ride one chairlift there back then. So the owner's wife was at the grocery store. I think this is how it goes. She was at the grocery store, and these 2 snowboarder guys accosted her for it and were screaming profanities at her, calling her all sorts of names because they weren't allowed to ride the one chair. So she went in, and they was like, no snowboarding after that.
Well, fuck those guys.
They're probably dead now. Their kids probably ski.
Yeah. Oh, I do.
And don't eat Twizzlers and have a podcast.
Nope. We do, though.
We do.
Twizzlers.
But I don't know, man.
Yeah, like... I mean, I guess I appreciate the fact that they were trying to be nice to whatever, and that's great and all, but, like... I guess the general thing here is, why the fuck don't you allow snowboarding?
I don't know. Taos does now.
It's 2019, guys. Cool.
You're losing money. I mean, you would think in this economy, you would want money from anyone that you could.
Right.
Especially when you're in a luxury industry, because let's be honest, not being allowed at a ski resort is a total first world problem.
Yes, it is.
Right. Yeah.
And it's people with money's first world problem.
Speaking of first world problems, I got a great story from this past week. I had a guy have a full-blown meltdown at the liquor store because we didn't have bags with handles. He had a full-blown fucking nuclear meltdown, screaming about how we couldn't have a bag with handles, which we've never had bags with handles. We have brown paper bags. You can put the thing in there, roll the top, and hold it. And as this guy was having his full-blown meltdown on me, I went into zero fucks mode, which you know how when that happens with me, you're never going to win that battle.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there, and he's just screaming at me and screaming at me. I was like, do you want me to go get you a bag? So I go and get him a paper bag. And he said, how do you expect me to carry this? I get quiet. I look down. I look up at him. I look down again, and I go, you look like an able-bodied man with 2 functioning hands, so I'd hope with your hands. I mean, I know as a man that's how I carry things, but I'm not you, and you seem to be lesser than me. That didn't go over well with him. He started screaming some more, so I had to finally kick him out. And he's like, call the cops. And I was like, okay, that's a trespass charge. You're going to lose.
We had a guy return a pair of pants that he bought that were too big. And the reason basically boiled down to they were in the large pant section on our clearance rack, and they were double extra larges, and it's our fault. So it was our fault he didn't check the size on his pants.
Right, it's like the people that sued McDonald's for getting fat.
Yup.
But
go America.
We're just over here suffering from first world problems. Meanwhile, Flint, Michigan still doesn't have water.
Yep.
Yeah. Anyways, so much for
screw resorts that don't allow snowboarding.
Exactly. They should just get fist fucked with a razor blade glove.
Aaron said it.
I say a lot of things. I don't remember saying them, but people quote me then. It's really weird.